Hi, welcome back to the garden this week. Now, I try to post these every week just to kind of show other gardeners in the area what's kind of going on in my area. And for reference, I'm in Grimes County, Texas. I'm about an hour and a half northwest of Houston, right? East, yeah, northwest. Um, Zone 8B, and let's just get to it. So, not a whole lot has changed. We've been getting temperatures in the hundreds, and like as you can see, I am getting some fruit on my Thai chili here, um, but not a whole lot. Everything here is struggling with the heat. This tomato, I'm probably just going to cut that off, but I am starting to get some fruit, as you can see there. Um, the biggest change is I've kind of pruned things down in those two buckets. I did have a tomato there that was just completely overgrowing, and we just cut that off. Down here, the okra is getting taller. I mean, that's probably about a foot tall at this point, but we don't have any fruit on any of them. So all those two okra plus these short ones were all planted at the same time. The soil here is not good, and we've been under watering restrictions, so I've only been able to water twice a week. And as you can see, I've actually got cracks in the ground through the garden. Twice a week is not enough. Continuing down, we have the miscellaneous stuff. Eggplants don't seem to be doing well. Like, all of my eggplants get diseased. I've got these little black specks, which I'm guessing are some sort of insect egg. Yeah. But this is definitely not a good place for eggplant. Over there, my wife's bell peppers, as you can see, producing pretty well. Same with the other one there. And as I said, I cut out the tomato that was in between them because it was just covering everything. That bell pepper obviously needs something. And we've got chard growing here. I need to harvest some of these and dehydrate them. So at 3 chard, this little one is probably getting too much shade and not producing. And that is grass going everywhere. Get rid of that. Over here, this section is entirely beans, and some are producing, some aren't. It's beans on that side, and I put some potatoes down here, but I think the potatoes all just died. We've got the last of the scallion onion bed. These almost all need to just get pulled out before they rot, and we can dehydrate them later. And this giant green bushy section is sweet potatoes. I don't know how these look under the surface, but the vegetation is looking pretty great. So that is definitely a crop I'm doing again. The old chard needs to get pulled out, really. And then over here in these buckets, I've got one surviving bean and one that's dead. Those are strike beans. And the same over here, I got, oh, that's just one. So those seeds aren't producing very well. I'm probably got less than a 10% germination rate. There's 2 more beans. If you look over here at the first bed is my peppers, and they're doing all sorts of weird things. Like, these are, right here I've got serranos and bird's eye peppers, also known as Thai chilies. And then at the bed over there in the corner, what you can see is I've got a mix of what was labeled jalapenos and habaneros. They're probably banana peppers and habaneros. And there's got to be cross-pollination happening here, because like this plant is producing bright yellow peppers. They look like banana peppers in coloring. But earlier, oh, I got a bug. Let's just try and get away from me. Okay, now I don't have a bug. Like earlier in the year, that produced bird's eye peppers. Like skinny, bright red peppers. Kind of like that, except bright red. Now it's producing what looks like serrano-sized peppers that have the coloration of banana peppers. And if we go over here, I've got habaneros with the coloring of banana peppers, and banana peppers with the coloring of habaneros. So all sorts of weird things are happening with all of these peppers. And like if you look over there at my neighbor's place, wind comes straight across all of that, and there's like no wind, nothing to break it up. So that's probably blowing banana pepper and habanero pollen all the way down here. Okay, moving on. This next section is mostly, I think, exclusively cherry tomatoes. And as you can see, I do have some fruit. None of the fruit is red at the moment. I've been harvesting as I can, and these things just kind of go all over the place. I don't really have them well supported. Oh, and hey, there's another habanero pepper. They've been producing a lot of flowers over here. And like, if you look over there, there's some flowers. But they haven't been producing a whole lot of fruit. So I think that's just too much heat. Over here, this thing is my heirloom tomato, which is producing very poorly and just making a mess everywhere. There is, if you look closely, there is a chicken that jumped the fence who shouldn't have. So, oh, let's just, come on. You know you're not supposed to be there. This video will resume in a second. I gotta deal with the chicken. Come on. No pecking around. You're going back where you're supposed to be. Yeah, you. Come on, you know better. I gotta put the phone in my pocket. Look at me vertical. Come on. Come on. And down you go. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 birds. Okay, back to the garden. You gotta stay where you're supposed to be, okay? I have 5 good chickens and one that keeps sneaking out like that. I always do it in the morning when it's cool, so can't blame them for doing it when they misbehave when it's cool out. They behave in the afternoon. Anyways, these are, I believe, big boy tomatoes. They don't actually get very big. I have no idea why a lot of the branches are dying like this. If anyone's got some insight into why that's happening, like this branch up here is fine, but where it does an offshoot that just dies off. I've been pruning those, haven't been keeping up with it. But if anyone has any idea what's going on there and what I should do about it, please leave a comment. But as you can see, like, they're big and leafy, but these aren't actually putting on flowers. I've got a few tomatoes, and a bird keeps stealing my tomatoes. I actually caught a bunny in this raised bed earlier and had to chase it off. The eggplant, once again, I've got some eggplant down here that are producing fruit, but they aren't looking too healthy, so I don't think we're actually going to eat those. I'm not going to plant eggplant again next year. It just doesn't produce well enough. Ooh, and I almost forgot. Over here, my blueberries bushes are not enjoying the heat, as you can see by the fact that they're mostly turning brown. Same with this one. Ignore the flowers. That's not the blueberry bush. That's just flowers. And then over here we have a bunny. Wow. Might as well be in a zoo this morning. Okay. Anyways, over here we have the calamansi tree. This is basically a Filipino lime tree. It's not doing too bad. I mean, it looks green and healthy. It's just not getting any taller. And obviously no fruit. So this thing's a year and a half, almost 2 years old now. But we'll see how it does. I'm not sure if you can see that on camera, but there's a bunny running over there. And he's in the shade. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the garden this week. Yeah, it's hot out. It's sexist. That kind of happens in the summer. But anyways, if you're not already gardening, you probably should. You get good food, you get it sourced locally, and you get to wear a cool hat.